Well, I'm driving west on Trans-Canada 1, TCH1, just left Flying J in Headingley, Manitoba, just west of Winnipeg. And it's a little bit windy, but I'm only driving at 92 kilometers an hour, 57 k an hour, because it's extremely cold. See, my thermometer says minus 24 Celsius. Or minus 12 Fahrenheit. I wonder what my viewers in Australia think about this. Do they ever get temperatures like this, you know? And I'm burning fuel like crazy. Yesterday, going through those big hills in Ontario on Highway 17, I barely made 5 miles per gallon. So that's why now, you know, I can't spend all the money they pay me to move this freight on fuel, right? So I filled up yesterday at the Flying J, and I don't get any discounts. Well, maybe like 3 cents per gallon, but that's it. And I had to idle all night. And as I was sleeping, I was keeping a watch on the thermometer. So it started at minus 8 Celsius at night, and then in the middle of the night it was minus 19. It was kind of weird, and then it started warming up, and by the time it was 6 o'clock, it was minus 14 Celsius, which is still damn cold, you know. And I bought some anti-gel. Normally they say you don't have to use it if you fuel in a cold part of the country, you know, like Canada or US, but I don't trust these guys, you know, like, so I want to add my own anti-gel, because if you're stuck, that's it, you're stuck, you know. A tow truck will cost a fortune if your fuel gels up, and they have to tow you to a dealer, and the dealer has to, you know, condition the fuel. It happened to me once when I just started driving. Crossing in Raymond, Montana. That's where I'm heading. So that's south of here, west and south. So I hope that the temperature will improve, because right now my PSI on a 2004 Cat Acer at 92 kilometers an hour, it's at 33 PSI, my turbo boost, which is not good. That means I'm burning fuel. When it's cold, very cold, and it's windy, and I got a heavy load, I often experiment with dropping a gear and then checking to see if that improves my, you know, turbo boost pressure. And I was driving at 92, right, 56 miles per hour, and it was way over 30. So I got tired, I dropped the gear to 8 low, which is what, gear 12 in my 13 speed. And I believe that one has a gear ratio of 84 or 86, where the top gear is 0.73. So the one down is 0.84 or 0.86. So it improves things dramatically. It makes it much easier for the engine to pull. Which means that in a weather like this, you really need slow axle ratio, you know, like 373 instead of 358, for example, or 3.9 instead of 3.73. So, because if you come here, you know, to Manitoba and Saskatchewan or Western Canada when it's always like this in winter, and let's say you're from Texas and you have 336 axle ratio, you're gonna burn a lot of fuel here. That's why I'm thinking, you know, I've been having some trouble with my transmission. It's a very, I don't like this 13 speed. I think it should be either 18 speed or 10 speed. Because the steps between gears in a 13, they're totally useless. They're too shallow. It makes it, you know, difficult on the engine with a heavy load. So I've been thinking of changing my training for either 18 speed or 10 speed, like heavy duty 10 speed, rated for 1850 torque. And one good thing about the 10 speed is that the top gear ratio is 0.74 instead of my current 0.73, which means that my RPM would increase slightly, and that would help with you know, driving in weather like this. This is Brandon, Manitoba, my first stop. Well, you know, my patience was at an end with my fuel mileage that sucked, so I climbed on top of the machine and using this wonderful tool, and I unscrewed this huge sign which was sticking right in the front. Now check out the size of this, right? So it's like, here's my foot, right? So it's 2 feet by 2 feet, and this was facing this way as I'm driving, and the wind coming from that side. So now without this, I'm guessing I'll probably gain like, I don't know, 5 miles per gallon. Unfortunately, there's still another one in the back, and I cannot undo those bolts. They're like frozen there. But see, that one is behind the tall part of the machine, so that one is not as bad on fuel mileage, I think. But this one in the front was right there on that corner over there, on the front left corner, driver's side, so it was catching lots of wind. So, but it's still very cold. It's still probably 1 Fahrenheit or about minus 17 Celsius. I'm driving west on Highway 13 in Saskatchewan towards Weyburn. Now the further I'm going west, the warmer it becomes, and I've been checking my thermometer, you know, often, and it's 3 o'clock local time. And I was happy to see the Fahrenheit turn from 9 to 10. And now it's even 11. Which is basically minus 12 Celsius. And the wind changed direction a little bit. Now I'm not struggling as bad. And also during my last stop I added oil. It was a bit low. And I drained some air from the primary fuel filter, and of course I removed that big piece of metal. So things improved, and now I'm able to do what, like 60, 61 miles per hour, and my RPM is pretty decent, so below 30. I'm 2 hours away from the border with Montana. Saskatchewan, the Opportunity City. This is Saskatchewan Highway 6, the last stretch before the Montana border. The sun is already setting, but right now I'm on Central Time, but as soon as I cross into Montana, I'm going to gain another hour, and it'll be 2 hours ahead of Eastern Time.